guys, hope you're all well. So we're back again with another video after a little break, but today we're all going to be covering a little bit to do with the driver, trying to get you guys to hit it that bit further and a bit more consistent off the tee. Let's get into it.
So I see a lot of amateurs getting the speed in their swing in the wrong place, so by the time it gets back to the ball they're actually slowing down. We're going to show you a little drill here that Nick's got to test whether you've got the speed in the right place.
Yeah, so basically when it comes to the driver, as Daisy's saying, we see a lot of people try and force the ball out there, so lots of speed in the backswing, lose control of the golf club, and it just goes everywhere. You just lose all consistency. So a way that you can look at it kind of in a demo point of view is flip the club upside down, have the head in your hand, but swing the club so you shouldn't be able to hear a swish on the way back and on the way down. It should be nice and quiet on the way back and have your swish on the way down. So let me show you. So it shouldn't be like this. So lots of speed, you can really hear it. It should be nice and slow, so no sound on the way back and lots of noise on the way through. And you can keep doing that drill to try and get even more sound on the way down. That will help you with a bit more consistency and just make it easier to get it off the tee.
Yeah, I think a lot of the reason why a lot of people tend to get the speed in the wrong place is from a stability and posture point of view on the way back. So we're just going to talk a little bit more about some technique ideas that can help you get this stability to get that speed in the right place and get a bit more distance off the tee.
Yeah, so I'd say posture is critical because you're trying to use the ground, number one, to create power, but two, we also want to make sure we create a good rotation. Rotation equals power, and if we were looking at posture, first of all, quite tall, quite close to the ball, hips slightly inside themselves. Now it becomes more of a restricted rotation. When they get to the top, it would probably become a little bit more from the top and not enough hip turn.
So you can see on this one as well, John, you see the knees kick in as well.
Yeah.
So when you get really tall like that, you tend to see the elbows, legs start to come into play, and you've got nothing to actually turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think vice versa, if you're reaching for the ball, someone who's too far away from it, then it becomes very much an upper body swing. Because of the balance favouring the toes, weight can't really get back into the right heel. So if we're looking at it from a grounded position, if you take your golf club away, and best analogy I can think about is if you are trying to squat and you create a good flexion from the knees, you feel like the bum's out, we've created a good bend from the hip, and your arm hang should be really pretty much underneath the chin. So I feel quite grounded from that position. With that in mind, you should be able to make a decent rotation with the hip. You're probably looking about 90 degrees with the shoulders, at least 40 degrees with the hip.
Yeah.
With that, you're really compressing the ground, which will give you that equal and opposite force. So whatever you give that way, it will give back up to you. So you should be able to create a lot of power. So rotation, I think, is key to creating more of a quicker swing speed. Don't have to be flexible. Anyone can do this,
yeah,
but it stems from a good posture.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I think I hear a lot of people saying lessons, you know, I'm too old, or
Yeah.
I'm not as strong as I used to be. But that's where it's so important that speed that you do have is in the right place, and it's actually quite simple to get there as well.
100%.
I think a lot of people I see as well that don't tend to get enough distance, hit the ball too flat, don't get the ball launching up enough. If you think about, I always use this analogy, think about if you're watering the garden, if you hold the hose pipe just flat, the water drops off quite quick. How do you get it to travel further? You lift that up slightly. Obviously there's a point where it's coming back to you, but height is actually a good thing once you've found your kind of optimum height.